Lorena,
Ma'am,
so what do we have?
what do you mean?
Taking notes
Me?
as well.
No, I mean, I'm by myself still. Mandy's still here.
Oh, also that one.
You still get,
What's it?
Oh. Constituting a quorum. I'd like to call to order the monthly meeting of the Recreation and Parks Board for the city of Fort Lavaca. First item we have on our agenda is general discussion and hear statements from citizens.
Hello, everybody.
Hiring.
I received a text from a board member from the CCYFL regarding Ashley Field. And I know it's on the agenda, but I'm gonna bring this up in case it hasn't been addressed. They're letting me know that they've cleaned up their concession stand, and they were gonna, this was on July the 8th, on July 9th, they were gonna start using it. But that they had wanted to know if we could find someone to paint the concession stand in the front for the people order. And that the window was not working. They were having problems with the window to open to use that. And their air conditioner was out. So I guess they're just common of them to call and ask me or to let me know if there's, if they want to donate. But I did donate an air conditioner to them 2 years ago, a window unit. So I'm not sure about that, but those are the only thing I wanted to bring up. If they
Who can when contact?
Socorro is the vice
Okay.
president.
Okay, so what?
Yeah, I'm apologetic. Wayne is not feeling well, so that's why he's not here.
So I told them to ask Wayne. I didn't know she had his email, but I told her if not, that if it hadn't been done, I would bring it up here.
Okay.
But just that the window wasn't working, so if they could paint the front where the people order.
I know we can't take any action on that, but who normally cleans that park anyway?
I mean,
We do, right? That's what I thought.
I'll let Wayne know about it.
Okay.
And
Yes,
that's
they
all I
have-
have.
Okay.
They brought it to me, and they are not able to come to the meeting, so I told them I would bring it up.
No problem.
Thank you.
All righty, thank you. Any other general comments?
The only general comment I have is we're losing Lorena.
You have a flyer in front of you. We are having a special combined joint meeting with the city council on Monday night, 5:30 p.m. at the Bower. Parks Board and City Council together. And that's it's a workshop and going over the master plan one last time for the parks before we adopt.
Before council considers final.
Pardon?
Before council approves final adoption.
Right.
But actually what I'm tentatively thinking about is have this meeting next Monday. But I guess it's kind of up to you and we can decide after Monday night, but I was thinking we can still bring this back to the Parks Board at the August meeting for your official recommendation to council to adopt it. And then they can adopt it at the September meeting.
So you want to do another Parks Board meeting before the city council?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
I mean, this is July.
Right.
So we'll have this meeting July 27th. And so then at the Parks Board in August,
Okay.
and the Parks Board can, because there may be some tweaking yet after Monday's meeting, Parks Board that can give their official vote to recommend adoption, and then the council can adopt it at their September meeting.
Well, September. Yeah,
That's what I've got in mind.
Is this, Jody, all the little meetings y'all been having for the last, like we met at the schools and all that? And y'all just kind of combined the ideas and made this, or?
Well, you might be getting confused. I mean, we've had two things going on, the comprehensive plan and the parks plan.
Okay,
So now
maybe that's why.
the comprehensive plan, we did have a series
Yeah,
of small meetings. Now, the parks master plan, we had a large community meeting about a year ago at the Bower, that's where we got most.
Yeah.
That we wanted over at Nautical.
Yes, and we've had one over
So
there.
we've had a couple of meetings with these folks
okay.
You got a packet. Go in and print it as a
Yeah, but a
packet.
couple months, maybe.
Yeah, I remember that.
ago, we had a packet, and I know, Olga was really good about went through, we got a lot of comments from her. Gone through it pretty well. And so, this is kind of the last opportunity to kind of look at what the whole package, and if there's anything significant we still need to tweak before adoption.
All right, the other thing that I'd like to announce under general is our next regular meeting will be August 26th, Wednesday, 12 o'clock noon here. So please mark that on your calendars. All right, if there's no other general discussion, we'll move on to item 2, which is approved minutes from the regular meeting held June 24th, 2026.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes as written.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Moving on to item 3. Receive monthly inspections report from Public Works Department. Is there anything in that needs to be highlighted?
Not that I am aware of. Like I said, Wayne didn't bring anything to my attention. But, you guys can always look through that. And as you're looking at parks, if you notice anything, particularly things that are rusting or anything like that, make sure and note that and let us know.
Anything I want to know, Jody, really and truly on our splash pads, when's the last day for that? Somebody asked me and I said.
Last day, usually we keep those on through the latter part of August. I think sometime after school starts, I think they're still on for a little while, but basically shut them down after that.
I just told them probably around Labor Day.
That's what I was thinking, but I could be wrong.
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure. That's what I want to make sure.
Because Labor Day is still a lot of people come out.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, and I don't think there's not like a set date. It kind of depends on the weather and everything. But you're right, it's probably, if the weather and everything's great, we'll probably leave it through Labor Day. But if not, then they may close it a little earlier. And I know on Facebook, there's been a lot of questions about when it turns off at night or turns on in the morning, and it doesn't. It's on all the time. I mean, it's active all the time. We turn it on in the spring, it is on until we turn it off in the fall.
All right. If there's nothing else on that item, we'll move on to the, and it's too bad Wayne's not here because this next one will be critical. It says with him, item 4, receive quarterly Parks Department report from April 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2026.
Yeah, and if anybody's got any questions on any of that, let me know and I'll get those to him and he could.
Maybe we should get back on the agenda for next month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, he's just highlighted the activities that's happened
Right, I understand. All righty, receive update on park assignments from park board members. I think last time we started with Greg, so we'll start with Bill.
Lighthouse Beach, I just did a walk by a couple of weeks ago. Everything was good out there. I haven't seen nothing that stuck out at the beach area or around the playgrounds.
I mean, one thing that just can help, keep an eye out for, I know I look for sometimes too, just keep an eye out on that, the courtesy dock. Because sometimes, the some of that timber gets all messed up and we just don't have the funds yet to replace. Eventually, we'd like to replace all that with, plastic board Trex, but we just can't afford it yet. So we're replacing them as they turn bad, but sometimes the guys aren't really paying attention. And sometimes they're like this before I say, well, wait a minute, guys, you can go fix that one. So that's that's one area to kind of keep an eye on.
I need to make more of a bigger round on that, but for sure, I definitely will. And Wilson Park, and I think it was great. There's just little minor stuff, but there's nothing major out there. But they're cutting right now. But I think both parks so far look really good.
Socorro?
That Claire Crossing, it's new, it looks good, but that grass is extremely high.
Is it
I
high?
don't know when's the last time they cut it, but it's,
I know that they're still kept.
yeah, I know with all this rain, and, the butterfly, I mean, it needs mowing too, and, that private fence is still open.
Yeah.
Oh, they need to put that orange, that,
Talked about that yesterday.
Yeah.
They were supposed to go at least fix it temporarily. The contractor for the fence,
Yeah.
he's gonna start next week. That's redoing, replacing the front part of that fence with white iron, the bottom of it's gonna be brick. So as he's doing that, the guys will make sure and patch up. I think they were kind of leaving it temporary because we weren't sure we were gonna still need access from the park.
they probably.
I don't think we are.
Yeah,
So they need to get that put back together.
So it's gonna be partial brick and partial,
The part that
the
they're
bottom.
replacing, there's, I think maybe 18 inches or so of brick and then wrought iron above that. Or it's not wrought iron, but it looks like wrought iron. So
You can see, well, that's good. I think that's why they try to look between and move the board so they
yeah,
can see.
that's what we decided on several years ago. And we're finally just getting it budgeted and accomplished. South Texas Fence is doing that work.
Ready, thank you. I have Bayfront, and I was out there Saturday at the concert that evening. I don't know how long those concerts are going to go on, but probably for at least a couple more weeks or 3, something like that.
I think 3 or 4, yeah.
Used to go up to like the one break in a weekend, and then it would be flip flop, but we don't do flip flop, so I don't know when it ends, whether it stops 2 weeks before Labor Day weekend or not, but somewhere along that line. But anyway, every Saturday night there's a
August 15th.
uh,
August 15th is the last, so we got 4 more.
so every Saturday there's a concert out of the park that goes from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And I was out there then, and the park looks good. I just took a burger down to to Bayfront a while ago and had lunch sitting there by the fishing pier. And I noticed water leaking from the fish cleaning station there at the pier. And so I thought, well, maybe somebody just left the faucets on. Well, I walked over there and tried to turn them off, and probably between 2 out of 3 of them, the third one seemed to be okay. I didn't open it, but it wasn't leaking, but the 2 outside ones out of the 3 were leaking. And I have to guess between the 2 of them, they were leaking at least a gallon a minute, okay, between them. And so they were substantial leaks. They weren't just drips. They were flowing water. So, and I cranked on the knob and couldn't get it turned off anymore. So that's the only maintenance item that I saw. That's those probably faucets need to be. And those are just very normal looking hose bib type valves. And I would think that some kind of a ball valve would be a lot better there for its durability, and gate valves just don't work long term.
Mention that to Eddie.
But hose bibs are also very cheap to replace.
And I can mention too, for Bayfront Park, I think a few months ago, I told you that at some point when we started the construction of the reef breakwater, that the contractor would be accessing part of that project through the park. that's not gonna happen anymore. They decided that was just, too much with people and everything, so they're gonna access everything from the overflow parking area next to Scully's. And so that's what's gonna go on. So it's not gonna really affect the park itself, which is good.
Are they almost done, Jody?
They just started today.
Oh, this one just started today? I
Today.
haven't seen that. Well, I saw the big cranes out there and
That was
part.
what you probably saw initially was when they were picking up all the old barges,
The Smith.
cleaning that out.
Yeah.
And all
That's
those
finished.
concrete blocks you've seen down
Uh-huh.
there, those are the reef units. They're staging at Smith Harbor, and they've got a barge down there, and they're taking it from where their staging area over to near Scully's. And they've started today building the reef breakwater. They're starting at Scully's end, and it kind of comes around and it'll curve back in towards the memorial. And then once they do that, then they'll be hauling the spoils from Smith Harbor to build a marsh between the wetlands and the breakwater.
I didn't realize it started at Scully's. It starts at
Hmm?
Scully's.
They
Well, Old City Hall, basically, right?
Yeah,
yes.
I got it marked off too.
Do they?
Yeah,
Yeah. You got that.
yeah, you got a real good seat for you to eat lunch at Scully's. Front row seat. Yeah.
I thought it was part of the playground. My daughter just came down and saw that. Is that part of a playground? No, no, I don't think so.
That's all I have for Bayfront. Olga?
City Park's looking well. I was just reading the report on it and it seems looking good. I mean, they even mowed and whatever. I mean, the grass looks good and everything, the landscaping and all that. So my parks look good.
Right.
Our parks look good.
Well, yeah, I get it.
The lights that they put up, we stuck around after one of our little football practices.
Yeah.
They light up pretty good. So that was good.
They'll enjoy them.
And we got our little concession going. We're selling out of it, make a little extra money.
Yeah.
We just come up with that. I mean, we got all the teams there practicing, all the parents are there, so we open it up and it's been doing good. So
Righty, thank you. Greg?
Sterling Park is great. Got a pile of trash on the back end of it. I'm sure the guys haven't had time to pick it up, but.
Where's that?
I've
Where's
been
that?
going through
Where's it at? Which one?
Sterling Park on, where the alleyway there in the back.
across from Tradition.
Yeah, but I mean, you got trash back there?
There's a pile of trash over there right behind that park. So I don't know if it's part of that park, but it's a big old pile of grass clipping stuff.
Okay, I bet it's probably
I don't know if it's.
next to the Reagan building, behind Reagan, between it and the Reagan building.
Yeah, but it's out in the open. I passed by the alleyway and you could see
Okay,
down
I'll
there.
look at that.
Usually I'll go by there. Used to drive through there.
Okay.
Is there anything on the building right next door?
So what, actually where I'm at right now is, the council wasn't ready to commit to the money to stabilize the building yet. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get bids because it is gonna be over $100,000 if we do it. I do have, an architect and I apologize, I should have included that and shared those with y'all, but it's still very, very conceptual that we talked to council about. Just some ideas about what that area could eventually look like. And I'll send, because there's a few things I'm gonna have to send y'all separately, and I'll include that just so you kind of know what some of the ideas are floated out there. But council hasn't committed to anything yet. I mean, the next stage is, basically at some point soon, we're going to need to make the decision whether we're going to, secure the building and most likely create an outdoor venue type thing that will complement our Sterling Park, or demolish it. The downside of demolishing it, though, is that we will need to spend money on engineering and other work that we don't yet know to stabilize the building sees. Because, for 100+ years, that wall has been an interior wall. We demolish ours, that all of a sudden it's an exterior wall. So, which may very well need additional bracing if we do that. So we're still looking into it.
We don't have that in the master plan, do we?
What?
We don't have it in the master plan, do we?
That is not in the master plan, no. That's what but we did contract with an architect for a nominal fee, and that's what he's doing. He's kind of adding it into what it would look like with the master plan. I mean, it's not specifically in the master plan. The master plan shows, improvements to Main Street and our linear park on the railroad. This would just be part of that, kind of connect everything together. But I will share those conceptual
We ought to
plans with you.
consider a conference hall. Quero took some old buildings and they put them together.
It'd be the money. I mean,
I know. But
it's going to be a lot of money just to create an outdoor venue. To actually create a building, air conditioned and electric and everything, that's, I don't
you
know.
break in there, then you gotta improve everything in there. If
Right.
you keep it like it is, then you're grandfathered in. But you
Yeah.
can't improve because then you got.
I mean, what the idea is basically and there's several examples of other places have done this. I mean, basically keep it in its existing state, the brick and everything.
Yeah,
Build some sort of a truss, artistic metal truss system that would help support the floor walls, that's going to replace because it no longer has a second floor or a roof. And then add lighting, string lighting or whatever. And it would be, and actually they were talking about opening up like an overhead door or something in that wall between it and the park to where, people could have weddings or, or some kind of event that they could use the outside Fairbarrow Sterling Park, but then they've got some shade. Because basically that's the neat thing about Reagan. It provides some shade, nice shade, because how tall the walls are. I can report that I think Erin Clevenger met with me last week, and she said that their tentative plans for their building is to turn it into some sort of a venue, where people can rent it for weddings. And so
Closed it back up again? I didn't know it was closed.
they're going to remove everything and turn it
That's
into
the old bank?
In the corner.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, it was an antique
it
shop.
used to be a dance hall. I worked there many years.
She's talking about right across the street from Tradition on the corner.
Yeah, catty corner.
Catty
The
corner.
opposite corner, yeah.
I was at.
Well, I guess it is right across.
Didn't the gentleman die?
Yeah, he drowned over there on the first overpass on Cavey. As you come on that overpass, he ran off and it had rained a lot and he drowned.
Sad.
I was there.
Well, anyways, it sounded like he would probably, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there for you were talking. It sounded like it might be better if we just tear it down.
Well, that's.
And you got to get that exterior wall.
I mean, there's expense to that. So that's what we're trying. I mean, there may be as much expense to demolishing it as it is to fix it up. So considering an outdoor venue, and I'm still, architects are trying to work to give me just some rough numbers of what those might be. But it's going to take some more engineering if we decide to demolish it. But we're still investigating.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Let you know about that.
All righty. Thank you. Item 6 on the agenda, receive financial status report on the Parks and Recreation Department. Anything needs to be pointed out in that?
Not that I am aware of.
You're still working on the budget, right, for next year?
We do have the draft budget. I mean, the council will be looking at that on August 17th, but I do have a draft. I'll send y'all the draft so you can know we did a couple months ago, I think we about the draft CIP, which there's not a whole lot this year, but we've got some in there, but I will send those out to you So you have what council will be looking at on the 17th. But I'm not aware of anything that's out of the ordinary in our normal budgeting and normal operating expenses.
Okay, next item on the agenda is discuss monthly, it's item 7. Discuss the monthly financial report on Lighthouse Beach, RV Park and Campground.
And I apologize because I do not have that for you today. That's a report that I pull off of campground launch. And this week's been crazy and I just realized right now I hadn't done it. So I will get that done and send that back to y'all.
Why don't we make that a quarterly? That gives us a better outline of
I mean, and we can do that,
whether we're dipping or moving forwards or backwards.
I mean, in that report, it's a running report. It's not a snapshot of the month, but
If you do it quarterly, then we can compare from quarter to quarter or from month to month.
Yeah.
Quarterly.
I like that idea only because of the fact also it's seasonal,
Yeah.
yeah.
and that's what we need. I think we need a quarterly for seasonal.
Hey,
Okay.
I'll make the motion that we move that report to a quarterly.
We can make that match the public works quarterly. Yeah. Okay, that'll
It'll
be
give
better
you
for
more
me.
time.
Okay,
Somebody, we'll
We
get
have
one
a
in.
motion.
Yeah. Oh, I made it. Oh, I thought we made the motion
I made the motion.
and I seconded
Since
it.
everybody
Okay.
wants to.
Yeah, I agree.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, moving on. Item 8, receive update on ongoing 2025-2026 capital improvement projects, CIP, on Butterfly Park fence, Wilson Park basketball and pickleball courts, raised crosswalk / sidewalk from splash pad to restrooms at Lighthouse Beach, and Texas Parks and Wildlife grant for designing of improvements to Lighthouse Beach boat ramp entrance channel.
okay, we talked briefly already about the Butterfly Park fence, and the contractor was in actually just yesterday, and he said that he was going to start Monday, and I made sure to tell him to coordinate everything with Wayne. I didn't want to be the hold up on anything. The Wilson Park basketball and pickleball courts, we got some pricing. One, we're not going to be able to afford a cover, but we believe we've got enough to do the basketball and the pickleball court. But we're waiting on the results of the soils test because the pricing we have is based upon, assuming you go, take the grass off and pour a slab. And well, I know enough to know that we're probably going to do a little bit more site prep than that. So we've got a soils report coming, and once we get that, then we may be, most likely adding some dollars to that to do some preparatory work before we pour the slab, because we don't want, the pour slab and it cracks on us. We want to make sure we do it right. And, a basketball court doesn't need the precision as the skate park did, because skate park, you didn't want hardly any cracking because, running around with skates. But if you recall, in that skate park, we had to dig down 6 feet and replace it with select fill. I don't anticipate anything that drastic, but, we might need to go down a foot to 18 inches or something. I don't know. But that's before we move forward with that project. I want to make sure that we've got the foundation designed properly. So that is underway. The raised crosswalk sidewalk from splash pad to restrooms at Lighthouse Beach. I have an idea. I know what I'm going to do. I just have not sat down and put it on pen to paper. I promised Wayne that I will get that to him soon so that he can get bids and we can get that. It shouldn't take too long to do it, but I know I am starting to run out of time if I don't do it soon to get it done this year. Then the Parks and Wildlife grant for the improvements to the Lighthouse Beach boat ramp entrance channel. Katarina is currently working on the the RFQ to solicit statements of qualifications from engineering firms to do that work. I think we've got it scheduled to where we'll probably be looking at awarding an engineering contract at the September meeting. So once they get going with that, realistically, I mean, it's probably going to take a year because this is for design and permitting. They've got to design it and then apply for the Army Corps permit for that. So hopefully, I don't know if we'll be able yet to apply. Well, it doesn't matter. Whenever we do have the engineering done, we automatically are able to apply for the construction dollars. We don't have to wait for the normal cycle for applying for those grant funds. So anyway, it is ongoing. We're working on it. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Righty, any questions, comments? All right, thank you, Jody. Item 9, receive update on Ashley Field's ongoing updates.
The information I have, and I think you mentioned that the lights are up. And I will get with Wayne and Eddie about these other issues on the concession stand. That's all the information I've got.
No, the sign, he said he was gonna,
Yeah,
Sign it.
he did tell me that he was waiting on, forget what he told me. But the sign, he was checking on where the sign was at.
there's 2 metal poles that are up. He said they were gonna pull those out and then put it in that spot.
Yeah, I think
And right in the front.
bring a new metal sign for it, my understanding.
Well, I think he has a sign made already.
Yeah,
that the last.
he had it, or maybe it isn't in or something. He told me he was checking on where the sign was at. So I'm assuming he ordered it, but he hasn't received it yet. I mean, usually those metal kind of signs we like order them from announcements spots. I'll check on that too. That's all I've got.
All righty, that completes our agenda for the day. May I have a motion that we adjourn?
We'll move.
We have a motion to adjourn.
Second day.
Second, all in favor? All right, thank y'all for being here. Thank everybody else for being here.
And check
I think-
y'all's emails this evening, because I should have the final draft of the parks later this afternoon.
Well, so right now, this is our what we have on the full board.
Yes, sir. We do have a few people that have put in. They will be taken to the August 10th meeting for approval of the council. So hopefully next meeting we'll have a little bit of a big report.
So we're going to be shooting at 7 members total.
Yes, depending on what they approve, or I don't know what Jody's recommendation is. I have 2 letter of interest and I have a few inquiries, but not full information. So, I mean, it'll be up to, because they can do up to 9, I believe, for this board.
I mean, I would think, so we got 5 now? Yeah. I mean, if we have 2.
2 or 3. Yeah.
7, yeah.
Yeah.
The more the merrier. I think so too, especially whenever we have.
There's always that one quarter I missed because my schedule was always hard.
Yeah.
It's always at 2,
I
3.
gotta drive all the way from the plant, so.
Oh, don't be crying, y'all are criers, you're on this. No, we understand. We all like to eat, guys, we like to eat, don't worry.
Hey, I'm sitting
Don't
here
worry.
while.
We're retired, yo.